What's up, guys? Droid. This is the brand new ParaTek version 7. Now this device has been completely overhauled. It has a bunch of different features which I'm going to try and break down as quick as I can because there is a lot to cover, so there might be multiple videos, but I'm going to try and demonstrate the most of the features as quickly as I can. Now, mainly the updates to this is a single button interface, so this toggles the menus and a long press will activate the menu. Not only that, is every single ParaTek can be a host or a receiver. It also has a built-in web interface, so basically when you put it into a certain mode, which it is currently in now, you can basically log on to it basically opens like a hotspot. You can connect your phone or computer to it and basically go to the IP address here, which is 192.168.4.1. So you basically go to there and it basically launches the built-in web address. So here we can see the history. Now there's no way to save the history, so what you can do is you can basically just select it and then copy it to a notepad or whatever you need to do. But basically whatever result comes through basically shows up in here and you can scroll through. You can also remote control the device as well. So if you don't have two ParaTeks, you can simply just log into the web UI, which is built into the ParaTek. You don't need any software. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection, a device that can use a browser, and you can search for the IP address up here. You basically type that IP address in and it logs into the web address. So here we have word mode, yes, no mode, oracle mode, a Ouija mode, phoneme mode, phoneme mode, sense. Sense is basically a different version of word mode, except it will only trigger when something messes with the antenna. It also has an alert mode, which is like a sort of an alarm, and it has a 8-ball mode just for shits and giggles. Now currently this is a transmitter, this is a receiver, so this is in receiver mode. So whatever this device generates, it will send it to this one. So if you have two of them, you can basically leave this in a room and take this one and walk around with you, or you can basically monitor everything on the web UI here. So basically you can actually remote control this as well. So I'm going to select a different mode. Let's go to oracle mode and let's click generate now. You'll see it doing a little scan. And this one relays information as well. So yeah, you can kind of guess what's kind of happening here. I can control it with here. It's sent it to here, and then this one sent it to here. So basically this one is sending the details back to this web address, and it's also sending it to here as well. Now essentially you can have as many connected as you like. Obviously the more you connect, the more slower the responses will come through. Basically when it's only connected to here and here, it's a lot faster. But let's go and show you basically some of the cool things about this. So in oracle mode, which is currently now, these sentences that it basically generates are made up by itself. It actually generates these messages all by itself. It's not predefined. It's not predefined at all. It's actually making these sentences up all by itself, just with some basic logic and stuff like that. It's basically generating these messages all by itself, just based on the words list and some other things, some rules and basic grammar and stuff like that it has to follow. So yeah, the messages will be very cryptic, but sometimes it can be quite funny. Sometimes it can be quite, interesting, the kind of messages it says. Also with Ouija mode, I'm going to switch it to Ouija mode and generate a response. So what this does is it will generate a word based on just the alphabet, and kind of like how words are kind of constructed, using vowels, alphabetic letters and stuff like that. Now if it finds a match within the word bank, so it does do a complete search for if there's any word banks, and it will show you a partial match. So basically this word because it said who in there, it basically showed how and who, so there was 2 matches in here. So we'll display them. On here it's only going to show you what came up, so you basically have to go back and refer. Also here is only going to show you what was generated. Similar for phoneme mode. Is this phoneme mode I'm in? No, I'm in phoneme mode now. So phoneme mode basically generates words with just phonemes, and essentially will do the same thing. It will search for a match as well. You can also interrupt the scanning. So this is currently in auto mode, as we can see here. So I'm basically going to show you how this works as well. So you can interrupt the auto mode. So if you want to ask a question, you can simply ask your question, then press the button, and it'll immediately override the auto session. The auto session basically means it's going to force scan within sort of 120 seconds. It's kind of like randomly set, but it will force scan. Also, if it the results are also generated through sensor data as well, so there's a lot of different things that are kind of messing with the results you get. So yeah, let's show you some of the settings. So I'm going to back out of here. So this is how you toggle the menu. So basically what I'll do is I'll switch it off and back on. This is all going to disconnect now. So when you turn on, it's going to do a little scan. Just, I wouldn't touch it while it's doing that. Just let it do its thing. It's basically calibrating. The screen doesn't flicker like this, by the way. I'm just emphasizing this just because of the refresh rate on the camera. So basically when you switch on, the default mode is word mode. All you have to do is basically toggle through which mode you want to use. And here's the settings. So this is quite important as well. You go in here. So you have the generator settings. So what this does is you can have it set to auto, so basically it'll automatically generate a new message within a certain time frame, and you can also manually do it as well. If you set it to manual, it's going to turn off the automatic generation, and then it's only going to do the scan when you tell it to do it. So that's there as well. I'm just going to keep on auto for the time being. So brightness. You can adjust the brightness as well to 100% if you like. Just long press on the button to exit that. It'll basically save the settings for you. You can also turn off the text to speech and make it a beep if you like. If you don't like the speaking, I know it annoys a lot of people. You do have obviously the volume as well. But if you would rather prefer... I backed out there, hold on. If you'd rather prefer a beep instead of say the word, you can set it to that as well. So basically all you do is toggle to the setting you want. Say you want text to speech, you just long press and it'll basically back out of that menu. You can also the factory reset. So if you press the factory reset, it'll basically put back to the shipped default settings. This is a network setting. So you click in here, you can either put the device in host mode. In host mode, it basically transmits its own web interface like that. Like I said, you can just simply connect to that. So you just simply long press and it'll connect. It'll basically start up its own network. You can also set it to be a receiver like this one. So basically it'll listen for this one, this one sending the stuff to that one. So let's, for the sake of it, let's just put in receiver mode. So it's going to connect to the API here. I'm going to go to settings here and click network, and I'm basically going to make this the host. So now this one basically acts like a normal ParaTek. You can simply choose the settings you want to use. Let's just use Oracle mode. And let's auto generate, and we'll see this is automatically connected. It didn't actually auto connect with now. There we go. It's waiting for the host. So now it's connected. I never backed out of the menu, so you have to long press and back out. So now when I connect this, when I press the button, it's going to do the scan, and then it's going to send information over here like so. So it's easy like that. You can do that with either one or there. Now when I connect to this, I think it would have probably disconnected. No, it's actually still there. So it's actually showing the live information as well from the sensor. See when I'm messing with it. If I put it next to the plug socket, for example, you'll see it peg away up. So you can see it's actually doing something when the actual device is actually running. So this also has another mode as well, where it's like a sort of alarm. Most of these modes you already know. Sense mode's new. Basically, actually word mode, if the sensor's triggered, it will generate a word. Exactly the same as word mode. There is 8-ball mode. This is a little fun game. It does the same thing as what an 8-ball does. You just press a button and it will scan and give you a result. Now, alert mode is quite cool. So what happens in alert mode is it's got a little sensor inside here. So you can see kind of when I'm touching it, it kind of goes up. But when I put it near a plug socket, obviously it's going to set it off. Now, because I'm connected to 3 things, the alarm is quite slow. So let me just turn it off and try again. So basically when something messes with it, I'm going to try and generate some static, because it does work with static as well, but I don't have my bag. I don't know where I put it. Let me see if I'll work with this. It might be too small. There we go. So it sets off as static and EMF, and it's basically every time it's triggered, it's going to give you it's going to record the events here. It also tells you here 3 events, and it's also giving you the live data as well. So I'm going to put it next to the plug socket and show you. So then it shows alert. Obviously the WebGUI doesn't say anything or do anything like that, because it is actually being run from, you know, the built-in in the ParaTek device. Anyway, that's basically it. There's a lot of stuff in this. There's a lot of new different things. Everything's a single button interface, so you basically tap to go to the next menu. You long press to exit. If you're in a mode, you no longer have to switch the device off. It's all non-blocking code. So basically, let me just show you, for example. So with the old version, you would have to wait until it did its first thing before you would exit into another mode. So press to cancel. So if you were previously using it as well, sometimes that does pop up. You just basically long press to exit. So let's, for example, start word mode. Let's do a generation. And then you can immediately just back out of that menu and go to a different mode. There's no like waiting about. So yeah, just to kind of show you that it's a lot more streamlined than what it used to be. It's you know, a lot better. So yeah, this version is a version 7. It is called TEMPUS, which you guys know all the new revisions got a kind of new name. Mostly the new revisions were all kind of just word updates or special revisions or something like that, but this is a completely new different device. It's not like any of the other devices, you know, the other ParaTek devices. It's got a lot of features for basically what it is, and it's still the same size as the original ParaTek, which is quite cool. So yeah, this one is rechargeable. Forgot to mention that. So you basically plug that in there. This little window lights up when it's charging, and glows blue when it's done. You just take it off charge, and it also has a 800 milliamp hour battery in here, so it should give you plenty of time to run this in your you know, your investigations and stuff. And also there is customization. You can customize it to however you want as well. Those customizations are saved, so whenever you switch a device on, switch it back on, those are saved, and you can also reset it if you can't remember what settings you had. So yeah, there is a lot of customization as well. Does a lot of things, and this has basically took me about 2 weeks to basically get all this programming in. There is actually quite a lot of programming. I'm basically going to give guys a little sneak peek. So yeah, there's the start of it. It goes on for miles and miles and miles. There's probably about 3,000 lines of code in here. including all the words. Yeah, there's over 3,000 lines of code, and that's with all the words and all the stuff. Let me just actually go to the words bit and show you. If I can find it, there's lots and lots of code. Yeah, I can't even find it. Oh, they were. So even the words are not all in line, you know, they kind of go over maybe 10 words or something like that. But they're all set in different you know, parts of the code. So you have adjectives, verbs. This is for the Oracle mode. So basically, this is every mode has its own different banks. The word mode can use any of these words. It can also use the Oracle mode banks, but it's all set, you know, in a very specific way. Here's how the phoneme mode works. Yes mode, no mode only has yes, no responses, obviously, but that's how that's kind of constructed. As you can see, it's just basically sounds and letters. That's the Ouija mode. So as you can see, it can use some sounds as well, so it's very similar to the phoneme mode. And there we go. Oracle mode has basically different themed things. So it has adjectives, it has adverbs, it has pronouns, has prepositions, and stuff like that. So it basically has some set rules to basically allow it to you know, basically form sentences. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. This is already 20 minutes long. That's a long, in-depth thing. The first batch of these will probably be up Monday for sale. If you do want one, you can reach out to me and order one. And we'll see where it goes from there. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave there because it's 20 minutes long and I'm yabbering on as per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye then now.